ginagawa po ng Special Action Force ang lahat ng mga makakaya namin para magampanan namin yung tungkulin namin dito.
It is taking back the control of our penitentiaries. Our jails are not havens or sanctuaries for drug lords. That will never be a case during my watch. Beginning July 20, 2016, all the personnel of the NBP have been replaced by the elements of PNP Special Action Force, SAF, who have undergone intensive training in prison management. Our foremost objective is not only to curb but to totally eradicate all drug-related activities at the National Bilibid prison. If we succeed, we will strike a major blow in the drug trade in the country, and that is indeed a big leap in our war on drugs. But beyond that, we also want to reorient our NBP personnel via retraining program so that their competence can be enhanced, as we have been doing that in the Department of Justice. On July 21, 2016, the sins of the NBP were replicated in all the penal colonies in the country, like Sablayan, Iwahig, Zamboanga, among others. Oplan Digmaang Droga was envisioned to be applied on a nationwide basis. I am proud to report that in 1 week period, from July 20, 2016 to July 26, 2016, the search and seizure of the SAF at the NBP have yielded a total of 1,612,909 in cash, 80 bladed weapons, 12 ice picks, a caliber .38 pistol, 6 improvised shotguns, 152 cell phones, 62 mobile phone chargers, 6 sachets of suspected SHABU, 1 plastic of suspected marijuana, 48 television sets, all of which are considered prohibited items. As a result, we at the DOJ are now studying the possible liabilities of the persons responsible for the proliferations of these items inside the NBP. Once we have determined their violations, you have my word that we will pursue them, to borrow the words of President Duterte, relentlessly. The hammer shall fall, and it shall fall mightily. There will be no sacred cows. This is just the first barrage of our war on drugs. We will pursue President Duterte's mandate for us to wage war on drugs, criminality and corruption with dogged determination, and we shall marshal all the powers and the resources at our disposal to eradicate these problems. We will give no quarters, no chance for these evils to find a place to grow. It is high time that we take the fight to them. I asked everyone to pray for us, to be part of this fight between good and evil. Let us do it for our families and for the beautiful future of our country. Thank you.
The Secretary is now open to entertain questions.
You mentioned in the statement that DOJ is now studying the possible liability of the person responsible dun sa proliferation of the items. Na-identify niyo na po kung sino po kasi nakailang galugad na rin po before.
Yes, actually, during the initial search, they were accompanied by the SOCO, so that these items and the persons in possession would be properly identified.
So may mga na-identify po mga...
I think so, but the SOCO's report are not yet at hand. But I'm sure that they're still conducting forensic examinations on all the cell phones that they have confiscated. More than 162 of them.
Sir, I suppose, Sir, I suppose the forensic examination of the cell phones is in line with your thrust to zero in on those responsible for the manufacture of drugs inside the NBP. Is there an update on that, sir, regarding the actual manufacture of drugs, especially SHABU, inside the NBP?
Actually, the latest is that they were looking for some tunnels yesterday, but still there is yet no positive results on that. So with respect to the manufacturer, we'll just go back on our former report that they were having this SHABU by evaporating from the many amounts of bottled water from where the precipitate been found to be SHABU and used by the inmates inside the penitentiary.
So regarding the source of their supply of the raw materials, sir, the tracing is still ongoing, or do you have any update on that already? The supply of the raw materials.
Well, the supply of the raw materials, I believe, came from many things. First, they're very lax with respect to the visitation rights or visitation of the inmates by the relatives. They go as far as inside the cell of these prisoners with all the things they are bringing with them. So I think the source of these are from these people, as well as from the different vehicles of the NBP itself. But because of the strict implementation of the rules of the prison by the SAF, I believe that this has been temporarily stopped in the meantime. There are possible other sources. For example, some of the we have found out that some of the supposedly religious personnel who are conducting some preachings inside the Bilibid are conduits for bringing in drugs as well as prostitutes inside the Bilibid.
Identified na yun, yung mga supposed religious personnel na yun?
They were just I was just informed by some of the Bilibid personnel, but since the SAF took over last July 20, they never have got a chance to do it. That's why in the first day of the Digmaang Droga, there were so many misinformation, disinformation, in order to discredit the SAF. They were telling that they heard several gunshots inside, that the SAF troopers were abusive and physically hurting the inmates, that they've been using water hose against the inmates. As a matter of fact, this was even declared, or some of this news came from, destabilization came from the chaplain of the NBP in one of his press conferences.
Sa labas ng gate, nasa mahigit 100 dalaw ang di pinapasok dahil sa Oplan Galugan. Reklamo ng ilan, mula sa 6 na oras, ginawa na lang 30 minuto ang dalaw sa mga preso simula kahapon.
Paano namin makumusta, paano namin makausap ng maayos ang asawa namin sa ganung kaiksing panahon?
Ayon kay Olaguer, nagsisimula na raw mag-organisa ang mga preso para ihayag ang kanilang hinaing at manawagan kay Pangulong Duterte. Sagot ng NBP, bahagi ito ng pansamantalang adjustment habang nililinis ang Bilibid.